Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to the after show for Echoes in the Mist of the Undying Chapter 1.5 Interlude. I don't know. Uh, this was, as I said, part one of the Road to Green Gold Deep. Whether we will ever come back for parts two and maybe three, I don't know. We'll see what happens. But we're going to go around, do our stars and wishes, and then I'd like to talk about what we all think of the Mist system, the computer glitches aside. But I think we'll start with Ray.
Oh boy.
Yep.
Okay. Um, Stars to everybody just for being able to finally make it, and much respect and love to ECAT. Totally understood, but ye gods, it's been a while. July, in
Yep.
fact. So, this was nice. This was good. Trevor, huge star to you for just like it's one thing to come up with a one-off. It's another thing to come up with a one-off in a new world. And it's yet another thing to come up with the one-off in a new world using a new system.
We've lost radio contact with Ray.
Oh,
Nope.
And I do want him to come back before I respond to it because this was totally a published module.
Well, that and it's an established world.
Yeah.
It is Echoes of the Undying. It's
Yeah.
just a different system.
We've lost
yeah.
contact with Ray. Ray, where'd you
Ray
go?
got so excited that his Wi-Fi shat the bed.
Okay, so while we're waiting for that, let's move on. Let's go to Patrick.
All right. Well, so it was interesting to go through the new system. Uh, it is a lot of fun for me being familiar with the systems that, at least some of the systems that were its parents and how things have developed over time. So it's has some cool stuff. With as we saw with the compared to the Cypher characters, they aren't as broadly defined because in Cypher you just pick up more and more stuff as you go. So this, on the other hand, stays focused on particular things going on with your character, which works well for the storyline stuff. I'd like to see us tinker around more with that and see what else we can make it do, because why not? That's what we do.
Right?
Um, I very much appreciated the fact that we were able to use characters we know, so none of the things we were doing, like, were terribly weird. Like, for instance, like, oh, I can't really use that tag because it has nothing to do with this stuff. You know, I am not a creature of a battle in the wastelands as much as I am the person to cause mayhem while in a urban environment. But that's all right
Yep.
because the game goes where it goes. So greatly appreciated that. So stars to you for running the new system with us and being patient, and of course uh, dealing with the script mayhem from the VTT. And in
I was gonna
fact, the only
say,
wish that I would
I was
have
gonna
for
say,
this is that the
technical
VTT,
fuckery.
yeah, my only wish is that the VTT would behave itself a little bit better for the future, and we won't have to deal with that as much. But overall, a very nice evening of gaming.
Good. Uh, Ray had lost his internet, uh, so we'll see if he maybe comes back. Um, okay. Let's go to Julie.
Um, lot, yeah, again, using the established characters really helped be able to I could understand much better how you said how the whole tagging system works and everything. He said it is a very cool system. Um, total props to the game designers for coming up with something different that works. Because different can be fun. Different can also be, dude, you did not think this through, and it was very obvious that they actually did kind of work through how to make this function in a way that's actually realistic.
Yep.
Um, I mean, props to everybody for really being able to come up, with being able to um combine the tags into doing things, and I really like that it's easier to be more descriptive with what you do because that's how you have to do it,
Hmm.
but it didn't feel forced. So,
Okay.
and said big star to you, Trevor, for said hacking all of this together on short notice because
Okay. Any wishes?
uh I
Again.
would definitely at least like to finish out this little bit just to kind of little sense of completion.
Sure.
One just as a normal thing as well as the um so I'd like to definitely play around with this a little bit more so that down the line we want to create completely new characters in the system
Yep.
that that really have a better understanding of what the hell I'm doing.
All right. Matt.
Yes. Well, stars to Ray for actually engaging with the mechanics and um, you know, doing the negative tags without being prompted. Um, stars to Patrick for being a good sport for my potty mouth. Um, stars to Trevor for, perseverance under just, extreme technical fuckery.
Yeah.
Um, and, giving us a good time.
Good.
Um, I I like the system, but then again, I really like more rules light, narrative focused games. So
Yeah.
this is just feeds right into it. Um, it's something that just it feels some ways a little bit more natural than Cypher,
Yeah.
um, and freeing that way. I Cypher isn't a bad system at
Yeah.
all.
No. I.
Um, but this is a lot less granular. So you have, like you said, if we can sell it, can do it.
Yep.
Um, so, because I'm super original, yes, I'd like to see the at least the end of this. Um, I personally wouldn't mind shifting echoes over to the system, but that may be a solo and controversial opinion on my part. But
Yeah. I am. I'm not against that plan by any stretch of the imagination. Partially because, as I've said before, I'm really high on this system right now. Um, it would take, I would want us to take a lot more time to get used to it and really kind of, get the, really get into the groove of how the system works because we've been playing Cypher for what, almost 3 years now, I think. Um, we've, we know how the system works. It's become second nature. This isn't second nature yet. Why? Because we've run it, what, once, twice, I think? We did a little thing
once
another, yeah. We did this, we did a little thing in another
we
scape, but yeah.
we didn't actually play in that
Oh, you're
unless
right,
we
you're right, you're right. Yeah,
unless
we
I
did.
missed that.
No, you're right.
We
We did
just did it.
creation.
Yeah.
Yep. Um, yeah. So that yeah, definitely something to keep in mind and think about for the future. Um, so Ray, we're gonna come back to you because you glitched out right in the middle. Um, I appreciate the kind words. I will tell you that this is absolutely a published module that I pulled down and just didn't have enough time to actually get everything into Foundry because that's not an easy process. Um, but I appreciate the kind words nonetheless. Um, so I agree with Matt that I am also becoming a fan of more rules light systems. I kind of put Cypher in the medium crunch uh, area, partially because I'm running a Pathfinder 2e game, which is at least as crunchy as 5e, and it's lovely for very granular tactical combat uh, with some occasional role playing. Um, but it's a fun system. I certainly like it better than 5e, um, but I prefer Cypher to that, and I don't yet prefer this to Cypher, but it really depends on the mood of what we want to run. Um, yeah, and I know that we did Blades in the Dark, or you guys did Blades in the Dark, I think. Um,
Yeah, you were part of
good.
it too.
Yeah,
So
you're right. Yes, I wasn't. Man, I
Ray was the only one who missed that one.
right. Which is again has very similar ancestry. Um,
Yeah. Um, yeah, there's a lot of DNA that you can.
yep.
Yep.
Um, so, does anyone have anything else that they want to talk about? I mean, even like what because for the viewers out there, I took charge of converting the characters as closely as I could. Um, Obviously, I didn't. There's no way to get everything perfect because that's almost impossible when you go from one system to another. Um, but anything that you guys particularly liked or didn't like about how the themes and tags sorted out.
I mean,
I think that the tags are, in a way, at least to my much more limited gaming experience, but I equate the tags in Myst to the ciphers in Cypher. Because when we first started, like we were so hesitant to use any, and you were kept going like, no, use them. It's part of it's like the wild, it's something to move things in a direction, a
Yep.
different direction.
yeah.
And then when you says like tag stack, it's like, oh, I can use all of this. Like it took literally guiding through opening is like no, no, do all of that, and then this does that, and then you can take that the 4 power. That's when it made sense. It
Okay.
doesn't make sense whenever you tell me, because I can't envision what the actual repercussions are in the gameplay.
Okay.
It's doing the thing with the stuff, and then I know I can do that thing with that stuff.
Okay.
I mean, I do feel like it, that I lost at least a little bit of the abilities,
Yeah.
skills, what have you. Because you said you had to kind of pick and choose kind of like the core essence of the characters. So that's um that is the one downside. I mean, for creating a new character, I don't think that would bug me quite as much. But it was like, wait, oh no, I don't really have that. So
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
you got the, for Vina, you definitely got the most important things that she has and does, most definitely there. But I did have to kind of step in like, nope, nope, don't have that. Nope, don't have that.
Yep. And that's I I didn't do improvements to your themes at this point, and that might have been um, one of the better things to maybe that was a failing on my part. Um, but yeah, I was trying to just go straight up character creation with like was it no
Yeah.
more than I don't think I did any more than one uh, adventure theme for each of you. Or did I do that for? Oh no, Zell has two. Okay. Um, but yeah, so there are basically three levels of themes. There's Origin, which is the leaf, which is very low. There's adventure, which is medium, basically medium tier, and then there's greatness, which is like world spanning stuff. Um, and I tried to set you guys up with one or maybe two adventure themes as kind of the placeholder for those advancements. I probably did not do justice in that way, but again, this started out as a thought exercise. Um, but yeah, I very much I like the manner in which we can tell stories in this system. I really do. And I do like the way that as others have said, um, the use of the tags lends itself to more narration of how things happen. Um, Anything else?
I, I don't know. I had the sort of opposite feeling than Julie. I think you kind of nailed Hereward, and I found it a little more liberating, or him more liberating in this system. But then again, he's probably a mechanically simpler character, so it didn't feel like I was lacking anything.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, it does help, as I've said before, that ancestry, descriptor, type, and focus lend themselves really well to four themes.
yeah,
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, if you guys want to, um, I'll get these characters into a form that I can give to you guys, and if you guys want to tinker around with them, that's fine. If you guys are okay with it, I will also post those as links in the description of this video, and
yeah.
along with several links to Legend in the Mist stuff and Son of Oak stuff. I know I've said this to you guys, but for anyone in the audience who is unaware of this, Son of Oak, who's the game company that does this, has put out like a 50-ish page choose your own adventure type comic book that teaches you the system as it goes. It is free to download on DriveThruRPG. I highly recommend it. For those of you coming from a 5e background, they also released a 5e crossover tool specifically to help you convert characters from 5e to Mist. It is also free. It is also available on DriveThruRPG. Just get it because it's awesome. You can get the PDF for, I think it's currently $30. The hardcover should be out beginning of next year. And I think I've probably shilled for them enough at this point. So thank you to Son of Oak for making a great game. But in the meantime, once again, for Matt, Julie, Patrick, and Ray, I am Trevor, the Vitruvian People. Have a good night, everyone.